Good morning and welcome to Lower Body Tuesday. Good morning and welcome to Lower Body Tuesday. Okay, let's make a start. Let's get ourselves into the room. Let's just change the camera over. And we're going to start by jogging on the spot. Just getting ourselves the heart rate up. Just getting our body prepared for what we're going to be doing. Again, nothing major. It's just slightly making sure we can get things moving, get the nutrients moving around our body, get the oxygen moving around our body. And also start to get the waste moved around as well. So removing all the toxins and stuff so your body can get rid of them. So movement is an amazing thing. I'm going to go into some star jumps, some jumping jacks. That's it, get those big joints moving, get that synovial fluid flowing. Okay, I'm back in the jogging on the spot. That's it. Okay, relax and we'll kick those out. Right, so we're going to go into our lower body exercise. Really concentrating on our legs and our backside. So our quads and our glutes and our hamstrings. So just remind ourselves, our quads, a bit they allow us to bend our leg by pulling our bottom leg up and it's connected above the hip or down to below the knee. And it's this real contraction in this one that helps us to move. Our hamstrings do the opposite. So once they're contracted, our hamstrings allow us to straighten them down. So we'll be pulling those to allow us to straighten our legs. Pull our legs up. Those allow us to straighten our legs back down. And our quads, our glutes, allow us to move our leg from as in the gait and things as well. So we've got all sorts of really important muscle groups here, which work together to give a lot of stability and strength. Right, so we're going to go with 5 exercises. We're going to start off with just some standard squats. What I'd like us to do is concentrate on the first set of all these exercises purely on the form that we're doing them. So again, standing, shoulders just slightly feet slightly shoulder width apart, slightly widen that. We're going to push our backside backwards, drop into the squat position, and then really feel these quads squeeze as they power us back up. So if we look at that from the side, here we're coming all the way down, push our backside down, really get into that seated position, and then squeeze, bring ourselves back up. The other thing to notice is the position of your chest. Keep your chest nice and high throughout. So as you're going down, your chest stays high, fairly straight, all the way up and all the way back down. Final thing to think about as we're doing this is our glutes. So as we bring ourselves down and go up, we should feel squeezing our glutes to stop. But then also the opposite, as we're going down, as we get into this kind of position, you should feel these glutes start to stretch. So again, if you want to push a little bit further, you can do. Go as far down to the ground as you can, and then really power it up to bring yourself back up. Good morning, Mark. How are you on this fine day?
Hey, good morning. Yeah, I'm good, thanks. Yeah.
Excellent. Good.
Sorry, a bit late joining.
Yep, so it's just in the warm-up. I was just saying we're going to do 5 exercises. First set, we're going to concentrate mainly on form, so don't worry about weights or anything. Then as we go to the subsequent set, we'll add some weights to it. So the first one, we're going to work on our squats. So with them, feet shoulder width apart. We're going to do it from the side just to repeat what I was just saying. So we're going to concentrate on 3 things. The first one is, as you're going all the way down, make sure we get down into that seated position and really feel those quads squeeze and explode as you come up. The second thing to think about is your chest. So again, as you're bringing yourself down, your chest stays high, so it's a constant pointing upwards. So you've almost got it moving in a straight line up and down. And then the third thing to concentrate on as we're doing these is our glutes. So we know about squeezing the glutes when we get to the top. As we get down to the bottom, we should start to feel a stretch in the glutes. So if you feel like you can push yourself a bit further down, then do so, and then really squeeze and explode up. The next exercise we're going to do is wide stance squats. So again, feet probably double shoulder width apart. If you can do slightly more, do slightly more. And exactly the same sequence of movements. So as we're going down, all the way down into the seat position, feel that squeezing your quads to bring yourself back up. Keep your chest nice and high throughout this one as well. And then last but not least, concentrate on your glutes. So feel that stretch as you're going down, and have that squeeze when you get to the top. What you'll also find with wide stance is you're going to feel some of the other ancillary muscles that are working as well. So as you're going down, you're going to probably find a little bit more of a stretch going on your abductors, as well as on the rest of it. From there, we're going to go into step-ups. So it's normal type step-ups. Very similar to a squat is a step-up. So if you think about the same movements, it's almost like a single-legged squat. As we step up, we're squeezing our quads to really drive the step away, engage our glutes to stop, keeping our chest nice and high. And then back down. And then same again on the opposite leg. Exactly the same set of movements as you would do with a squat. We're just doing it with a single leg, effectively. From there, we're going to go to the ground. And we're going to do 2 exercises. One's going to be a glute bridge. So feet to your backside. And what we're going to do here is really squeeze the glutes to raise your hips. So you should feel your glutes squeezing as you're doing this. As you're doing it, what you might find is you've also got stretch going on the front of your legs, all the way up. As you bring it up and back down. And again, as you bring it up, give it a final squeeze before gently lowering it back down. As you're lowering, you want to be doing it almost like you feel like you're trying to squeeze at the same time. So it should be a nice, slow, controlled move down, not just a relax to bring it back down. Real slow and controlled movement. And then final one, rolling onto our fronts, we're going to do some lying leg curls. So you can concentrate on our hamstring. So use our toes to help give us a little bit more work on our legs. So if you point your toes outwards to get as big a stretch as you can across your hamstrings, then as you bring your hamstrings up, pull your toes towards your knees and really squeeze those hamstrings before letting them back down, and point your toes back out again. So really feel that squeeze and then that stretch. You have to really concentrate on making the stretch happen and making the squeeze happen, because we don't have any additional resistance here. So this is all about how you connect with your muscles to make that happen, make that feeling happen. Does that make sense? Yep. Cool.
Oh, I was on mute. I didn't realise. Yeah, all good. Yeah, sorry.
Right, in which case, let's make a start with set number 1. So we'll do these without weights for the first set, just to get the form correct, really concentrate on that form. So standard squats, 10 of these. So remember, quads, chest, glutes. We'll start these in 3, 2, 2 and a bit, and 1. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Into wide stance squats, so double leg distance. We'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So from there into our step ups. Again, concentrate on these as if each one is like a mini squat, mini single leg squat. So same movement in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10. Okay. From there, go down to the ground. As we head for glute bridges. So really squeezing our glutes to raise our hips. Starting in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Roll over onto our fronts. And we're going to lying leg curls. So again, really zone in on those hamstrings. All of that compression, all of that resistance is what you're going to be bringing with your mind. We'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Have a break, grab a drink. Whew. Pop them in on the timer. Very cool. Been out for a morning run already?
About to go.
I'm going to say you look like you're ready. How have you been?
This gets me up, and then I'll put a little bit of fuel, and off I go.
Brilliant. Love it.
Half marathon this morning.
A half marathon?
I'm doing, do you know what? I've built up my training. I'm doing a half marathon a week.
Brilliant.
Plus a couple of small, small ones.
Yeah.
Just to keep the miles up, keep it going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant. And are you finding you're still aiming towards fueling it more from body fat and rather than being from carbohydrates? So you're finding you're still needing a few carbs to get you through the marathon, half marathon?
I need the carbs, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So I have my, I don't change the meal. So I basically have my pre-workout meal, which is like the oats with protein powder and blueberries. So that does me.
Yeah.
And that distance, anything that distance, I usually have like about half, 3/4 of a litre of water before I go, not too much.
Yeah.
But here a little bit more because it's warm.
Yeah.
And then about halfway I either bring with me or I stop and get some like little. Sometimes I even have sweet, like little. You get those pick and mix. I don't like buying too much, but like you can just have like a few gummy sweets or like a Lucozade Sport type drink. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, just I do actually. Ideally, I'd have raisins or something like that, or nuts. But yeah, it depends. If I'm prepped and I've got stuff here, which I haven't today, I'd take it with me. If not, I stop and see what the shop has got just to give me a little bit of boost.
Yeah.
But sugar really is.
Yeah.
So,
It'll be interesting. Again, trying to get you towards the marathon next year, and see if we can work out how we can start to get your body burning more body fat rather than burning sugars all the time. Because then you've got a bigger store that you'll be able to tap into, and it should mean that you're not feeling quite as exhausted by the time you get to the end. So again, that might be a case of, rather than thinking about the sugary snacks, see about more like nuts, etc. That might be another instant way of being able to get you that kind of capability. Your body's kicked in, because your body has more body fat than it has the sugars, and the sugars are very instantaneous. But once they're done, they're done. You kind of, it's depleted, and it doesn't then flick back into digesting and into glycolysis instantaneously to convert body fat into glycogen. So again, that just not while you're awake. You've got enough things to balance. But again, when you get back to the UK, that might be just one thing to start thinking, how can we maybe start to switch that part over as you're kind of doing that training and seeing.
Yeah, I'd be interested in that, because to be honest, it's just habit, and it's a bit selfish. It's like, it is that sort of childlike, I need something now kind of thing. I can feel my best races when I keep that stuff in check. If I allow my batteries to go down and go, now I need energy, I don't enjoy the race as much. But when I've got that, and I tend to go, it's rubbish, isn't it, really? But I think it's just old habits die hard. Someone a long time ago said, "Oh yeah, have jelly babies," and that's my go-to thing.
Yeah, jelly babies can work, but again, it's a case that it's that instantaneous. Your body wants to shuttle through it quite quickly, because again, anything that's carbohydrate based, it's fairly quick for your body to digest and get access to it. Whereas anything that's more fat based, it takes a little bit longer for your body to then start to digest and convert it into the energy that you need. But if you, like you're saying, if you're keeping yourself topped up anyway, then you shouldn't find you have the big slumps, because it just goes straight to your body fat to be able to pick those out, rather than at the moment where you're going to probably find you finish the carbs and your body just goes, give me more carbs, give me more sugar, because it's not kicked in to actually to converting body fat into glucose. Glycogen.
Yeah. So mindful of time, but when you say that, are you using body fat and not carbs, as in don't fuel beforehand?
Oh no, still fuel beforehand.
Yeah.
But again, what you might find is like the night before, and again, it's kind of one of those runners' myths. Stick tons and tons of pasta in your body. So
don't do that.
Just go for like a normal meal where you've got like proteins and fats in there. So then when you get to the morning, you've then got that energy available to you in the morning. Again, you can start your day. If you find that the oats are working for you to start your day quite well, do so. But then also maybe then supplement with some kind of dietary fat in there. So might be, for example, have some fish. Might be another way of doing it. Might be, for example, fish might repeat on you actually, so that might not be the best idea. Like, between now and your marathon, this is where we've got time to experiment and say, actually, how does your body work? What do you feel best? Because it's not just a case of what's always the best for your body, it's actually what's mentally best for you as well. So you need to, it's the mental strength as you're going through it. So for example, when I was thinking about fish, I love fish, etc., especially when I'm doing things like hiking, etc., because it's just brilliant, because as soon as it kicks into your body, your body's just burning body fat, you can just keep going for mile per mile per mile. But sometimes it can repeat on you, and then when you're burping fish, it's not the most pleasant experience. But again, it really does depend on how you feel.
That's interesting, that, because I must admit, I don't do the loads of pasta the night before thing. I haven't done that for years. Like I said, it's a bit of an old. I remember that from the 80s. You say, I have spaghetti bolognese, loads of it before, and you wake up feeling like, bleh,
That's right.
So I like feeling light, but having something. And now that I'm doing much more, it'd be interesting, because I want to keep this sort of fitness level where I'm training, but it's not like I'm starting from zero every time. So I'm,
Yeah. Speaking not starting from zero, we really should get on with set number 2, you know.
Speaking of which,
If you want to add yourself a little bit of resistance, then do so. Again, we're not necessarily going to go too heavy with this. I really want us to concentrate on our form and the feelings in our muscles more than anything else. Try and use that mind to create these stimulus. Right, so into our squats in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, and from there into wide stand squats. And same again in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, from there we're going to go into step ups. Again, if you want to keep hold of weights, you can do. And we'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10, 11, 11, 12, 12. Okay, and from there to the ground, it's going to glute bridges. And we'll start these. If you want to use the weight, just position them over your hips. Gently hold it in place with your hands. And we'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, roll over onto our fronts as we go into leg curls. Again, super focus on your hamstrings. We'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, have a break, grab a drink. We're probably going to go over by a minute or so for set number 3. But it's worthwhile having that conversation about nutrition. So if you're okay with it, I'm okay with it.
I missed that, sorry, Martin.
We're going to go over by about a minute, I think. If you're okay with that.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, of course. Yeah, we were talking for a bit, weren't we?
Yeah.
It's fine.
I was just saying, I think it's been quite good to have that conversation about that, especially as now we've got that lovely time to kind of work out which bits work well, because
Yeah.
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 It's interesting. One of the other chaps I've talked to a lot about the marathon prep and things. He did the same thing where he used to always carb up, and then he just felt like death after a marathon. And then when we got to a point where we started to use more fats rather than carbs, he actually then switched the other way and started to feel. I mean, don't get me wrong, he didn't feel great after a marathon, but he didn't feel like he just couldn't function, which is where he was before. So
yeah, I absolutely. I've learned two things. One is to hydrate massively 3 or 4 days before. Mm-hmm. Everyone talks about on the day, have lots of water. But it's the best tip I was ever given is that if your body's already hydrated from before, then that's great.
Yep.
And the stretching and all that, stuff that you've taught me, like I notice it now loads. My recovery, like I'm doing one of these a week, and so I'm hoping that my body's going to be more used to running without overdoing it. That kind of distance. I used to just a half marathon would be like an island in the year in the past. Like I had to build up to it, and I do all this like weird, not weird, but it seems weird now to do. I've got to have all this pasta, then I've got to do this, got to do that. Whereas now it just feels a bit more lifestyle-y.
Yeah.
Got a bit of extra, but yeah.
No, I'm loving it. Feel the prep. In fact, let's feel set number 3. And we're going to move the weights up if you can. Increase it a little bit more. Okay. I'm going to go for squats. So feet shoulder width apart, really concentrate on our 3 movements. So our quads, our chest, and our hamstring, our glutes. We'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, from there to wide stance squats. We'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. And into step ups. In 3, 2, 1, and 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10, 11, 11, 12, 12, 13, 13, 14, 14, 15, 15. Okay. Straight down to the ground. Do 15 glute bridges. Again, concentrate on that feeling in your glutes. And we'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. We'll load onto our fronts. We'll do 15 leg curls in 3, 2, 1. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, grab yourself a drink. We'll call that a day for another session. Right, go and enjoy your half marathon this morning in what looks like another beautiful Barcelona day.
Indeed, it is. Yeah. Sun's just come up. I will see you Thursday, yeah?
Will do. All right, see you on Thursday. Bye for now.
Thanks, Martin. Cheers, bye.